Hello everyone, Dave here with some thoughts on another knife for you guys. Tonight it's going out by request from Skill 1977. He'd seen this on one of my other videos as one of the comparables I used and asked that I do a full review on it. So here we are. As you might be able to recognize from just looking at it, this is a Strider PTCC. It is one of the Strider lines. It's the smallest offering currently being produced by Strider. Very tiny blade, a little under 3 inches overall, but sharpened length is definitely about 2.5 or so. As usual, I'll post the specs in the description. You can check those out. Highlights include G10 handles. In this case, very smooth. Full titanium lock on the opposite side, and S30V steel. It is your typical Strider in all sense of the word. It features a stonewash finish on this guy. I've just become a fan of those. Let's see, and on the reverse, in case you noticed, it features dog paws. This is one of the Plaza Cutlery's exclusives with Strider, and it's kind of cool. I always liked it. It's got these little dog paw etchings in the back of it. So if you're looking for something a little bit more sheeple friendly, or just something to keep remind you of your dog or your pet or current or former pet, it's a nice thing to have. It does come with, as part of the offering, a Strider dog tag, which is nice, and you could get it engraved with the name of your pet or whoever you want on it. So that's kind of nice. Check out Plaza Cutlery. They do them every now and then. They've also done Chris Reeve Sebenzas with the dog paw etching, so that's something kind of cool. So anyway, back to the knife itself. Typical Strider construction. There's nothing really new. It is just the shrunken down version of an SMF or SNG. It does have this drop point blade, very thick, 0.125. Very nice hard steel, which is really kind of cool for such a small blade to have such thick blade stock. Very nice. It does have the hole opening. Typical frame lock. This one's locking in not too early on it, about 75% all the way. Very nice. I do appreciate that. It does not have a stop lock on the back, no hinderer mechanism to stop it, but it's such a small knife. I mean, you're not doing it with any excessive amount of force, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But good stuff there. Typical Strider construction. Big spanner pivot. Not as big as in the SNGs and some others, but still decent for such an oversized knife. It does what appear to be thumb studs, but just like with most other Striders, those are not. That's part of the stop back mechanism. It locks into both the titanium and G10 side of it, so that prevents. It's essentially a stop lock there. G10 backspacer, part of the handle side of it, so nothing new there. The CC version of the PT does not have a pocket clip, so for you guys that prefer to carry that way, do not get the CC version. You could go for the GG or the regular one, and it will have a the typical Strider pocket clip. The CC version does not. Okay, just to give you an idea and sort of show you how it fits in size-wise, Strider SNG, the medium-size folder coming out of Strider's lines, medium to small, as they classify it. So you can see there, it's exactly the same, except just shrunken down. You could sort of see, just as comparable, even though it loses so much in length, thickness of the blade, it stays pretty much the same. You're really not giving up a lot there. Same construction, same ideas overall, just think of it as the little brother, smaller version. Let's see. So there you can get a good idea of what you're looking at. So overall, it's really just a smaller version of the SNG. Definitely, it's for a pocket knife, phenomenal. It's easy, slips in your pocket, doesn't take up much space. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. You would think, being the smaller version, it comes in thinner, but actually the stock of it, it's not that much thinner than an SNG. So, thickness-wise, it's going to take up the same amount of space. It's really the length and width of the knife that you're giving up on. So just bear that in mind. So relative thickness, very, very similar, right? You can see on the butt end, almost sliced myself. You can tell there, very, very similar. So when it fits in the pocket, it's going to take up as much space thickness wise, but of course it's going to fall in deeper because it's just a much shorter blade when closed. So that's something to consider, and it's very cool in that sense. Some of the comparables along the same lines. Emerson Mini A100. Hopefully I'll get a video of this guy out relatively soon. Same idea, small pocket-sized knife. Again, with the Emersons and the Striders, what I really like about them is they are such thick, nice, dense blades. You know, even if they're small, stocky little things that are just nice little pocket knives, that blade is just phenomenal. You know, it's almost the same as in their full-size knives, just in a shorter version. I think it's very cool. So if you're looking for sort of a more heavy-duty, less aggressive looking, more pocket type, you know, simple carry, definitely two knives to look into. The another one, so to get along the same lines, another S30V steel, you know, titanium frame lock. There's your Sage 2. Very similar blade shape, blade width. The Sage is going to be a little bit broader. Almost the same handle thickness, different construction obviously. Two titanium slabs versus titanium and G10. So there's that frame lock, check it out. You know, you can check out the video on the Sage 2 comparison for some more thoughts on that, but you can sort of see. So that's it's a little bit bigger. So if you guys are familiar with the Sage, it's not a very big knife at all when closed, you know. Taking a quick look, let's see. Very similar in size. The Spydercos, of course, they're always going to be much wider closed, but long story short, there you have it. But the PT, I think if you're looking for a pocket knife and you know you want to get something along the Strider lines, whatever that comes with, you know, that sort of feeling, the brand loyalty, the use that it's going to employ, I think it's definitely a good way to go. You know, there are a lot of other options of knives when you sort of get into this price point and category. So take it for what you will. I think it falls into one of those lines of, you know, you're buying it more for just for reasons other than just use, because in all honesty, for such a small pocket knife and the types of use you're going to be employing this, you've got a lot of other options out there in various price points and various ranges, all types of options, so it is something to consider. But if you are a fan of the Strider guys, like what they produce, want to have something that you can carry around just about anywhere, the PT is a great choice. Small, you know, it handles just like a regular Strider, you know, with the finger choil up top, or here you can ride up on the knife for whatever purpose you would want. Maybe in the reverse grip you could do that. I'm not quite sure, but yes, you could. So overall, I think it's a nice pocket knife. You know, it's going to fall into there. You could EDC this one no problem every day. That blade's not going to fail on you. It's, as you saw, same as the regular SNG. So I'm rambling on a little bit, but just wanted to say it is a very cool little pocket knife. Hard use, definitely no way about it. With the frame lock, S30V steel, the titanium and G10 construction, you know, it's just up there on a premium level in my opinion. Well worth it if you want to spring yourself, treat yourself for a little something nice. So definitely give it a consideration. Well, that's about it. Questions, comments, please post them and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bye-bye.